In this video, I'd like to share the #1 reason that prevents CEOs and high-level executives from achieving their love life goals. My name is Koloina. I am an entrepreneur who created a makeup brand, and after shutting it down, I am now a dating, mindset, and self-improvement coach for high achievers. And in my quest for love, I have dealt with high-level men that I eventually didn't date, and I'm going to tell you why from my woman's perspective. First, I would like to tell the story of a man, a C-level executive that I met a few years ago. We met from a distance, and we didn't date actually, but we discovered each other from a distance with the purpose of seeing if we could date and get married together one day. And a time came where we decided that I would fly to his place to see what that relationship was actually worth. We need to meet in real life at some point. And what I discovered that night where I met him for the first time, he was actually a scam. I was very surprised and disappointed at the same time, because the man that I thought was intently listening to me actually didn't give a damn about what I was saying. I would talk about my day and he would react like, okay, yeah, Like even his gaze was empty, and I felt very lonely in his presence paradoxically. And so that night, I paid the flight ticket to his place, over 1,000 euros. But eventually, I think that it was worth it, because I discovered that you can wear a suit, you can have a high position in a company, have the social status and a high wage, and you could look handsome. But it doesn't mean anything if you are an empty shell. If you lack kindness, if you are not respectful, empathetic, listening, patient, and simply present. Because the problem that that man had, and that is common to many leaders, is that he was emotionally unavailable. You can work 60 to 100 hours per week in the office, but the problem is that because all the challenges at work, they soak up all your physical and mental energy, you leave the workplace empty, and you have nothing left to offer to your love partner. But emotion is what makes us alive as human beings. And it is the same substance that makes a couple alive. But when it is stripped of it, this is when it becomes dead, and your relationship is doomed to fail. And this is how you can live with somebody. Live under the same roof, but you can still feel lonely. You'd better be alone than feeling lonely with that somebody. And so I'm grateful for that experience, because it has expanded my perspective. It has allowed me to redefine what a high-value man and what a high-value person and partner is. It is the substance beyond the material. It is the character, the depth, the kindness, empathy, presence, the art of listening, respect, beyond the car, the big apartment, the money, the social status, the ambition, the handsomeness. And don't get me wrong, I think it's important that a high-value man or woman works on the material stuff, like the finances, because it's a subject of divorce. So the material stuff is still important, but this is less important than the emotional and spiritual bond. Money can buy you bills, buy you a house, and so buy some level of happiness, but it doesn't buy ultimate happiness. The second thing that could make CEOs and high executives undateable is their pickiness. I have met male CEOs who were incredibly sweet, kind, humble, respectful. They were lovely with their teams and very wealthy too. And I have also met with C-levels who behave like assholes, truly. And I think that the discrepancy between those two types of leaders is their identity, how they define themselves. If you define yourself as a CEO who is high level and ready to conquer the world through his ambitions, when you meet a simple girl like me, because I literally look like a country girl outside of work who loves nature and feeds animals, I literally live my ambitions at work and I switch my hat after work. You may discard me because you value business, you value ambition, you value hard work. This is what you see daily. And if you affectionate that, you will study me through that lens of ambition, which I honestly, I don't think I look ambitious outside of work. I am a very simple girl who loves simple things. The same goes with physical appearance. I have seen that there are many high-value men who value physical appearance. They take care of themselves. They are well-groomed. Like that man at the beginning, or the one that I met recently, who would have like the shirt that matches the jacket and the pocket handkerchief that goes with it, and the neat shoes, and everything seems so neat and perfect. And if you value physical appearance, and when you meet me with my unruly hair and seemingly poorly styled hair, like you could discard me too if this is what you value and you view yourself through the superficial and physical stuff. When you value money, high position, high social status, material things, right? When you value superficiality, chances are you will view your future partner through the lens of superficiality too. And I think that I fell prey for that. Like recently, for example, I met with that man who looked very handsome externally. We already had the opportunity of meeting together through a common acquaintance who introduced us to each other. And the second time that I met him randomly, I decided to approach him. And to make it short, I saw that his body language was tilting towards the exit. He was ready to leave the conversation. And fair enough, 30 seconds after, he said, "Okay, goodbye." I was like, "What? Okay, goodbye?" Like, he doesn't even apologize, like, "Okay, I'm sorry, but I gotta go." Even if I'm sorry, like I'm not interested in you, like subconsciously, he didn't even apologize. I was very grateful at that moment because I was like, okay, at least it's clear. Like, you don't want to talk to me, so I don't have to talk to you anymore. And so if you see and judge the other person and your potential future partner through the lens through which you see yourself, and if that lens is superficial, you may lose big, because the high-value relationship that you expect is based upon two high-value people, two high-value partners. And a high-value person is deep before being in the material, before being superficial. You can miss your high-value love opportunity because actually you value the wrong thing. And to finish, I would like to remind us, both men and women, of that one thing, is that the clothes don't make the man. Don't judge a book by its cover. You know what I feel for those men who can despise me because of my physical appearance, because I look like a country girl? I honestly can feel despised for them. Because how can you look at yourself in the mirror, looking well-groomed and well put together and handsome, when you have a ugly heart? And also, I feel much pity, because if I take that example of that man that I recently met, funny enough, is that we eventually found out that we were both entrepreneurs. And I think that he has regrets of how he treated me, because I can potentially help him with his business. And so I feel pity, because when you have such a limiting mindset, you limit your opportunities. It can be in love, but it can also be in friendship, in business. And so that is the thing. Even if you consider yourself as a high-value person, don't forget to build a high-value character that attracts high-value opportunities. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to know what can make high-value people stay single, go watch this video next. I see you in the next one. Bye.